Alright, we're recording.
This Coke is warm.
Way to start the podcast. Where do we begin? Probably just introductions?
Yeah, introduction.
So this is a podcast. We don't know what we're going to call it yet.
This is the unnamed Suckcast.
Suckcast. Let's not call it Suckcast. So we've had two dudes recording in a room and then it's called Suckcast.
This is the secret first recording, the Suckcast.
The Suckcast. So I'm Alex.
Oh, yeah, I'm Josh.
And this is just a place for us to talk about video games and just shit that's happening in that industry as well as what we do for livings. So,
yeah,
do you want to start with what you do?
Like I said, my name's Josh. Right now I'm studying, trying to pick up my words properly, an advanced diploma in game design. So that's actually starting up on January 30th, which is really, really cool. So I just start then, and hopefully in 2 years' time, I'll be a full-fledged game developer.
That's the hope.
That's the hope.
That's the hope.
That's the dream. I want to be the next Notch, baby.
I am currently a full-time bar manager at my local watering hole. Josh and I met very, very long time ago in high school.
Suckcast.
And we've been friends ever since, essentially. I think we bonded over Halo, and it's just been sort of a core part of our relationship, which sounds kind of gay. But, you know...
The Suckcast.
The Suckcast, yeah. We totally won't get ridiculed.
The Suckcast. Nothing sus.
Nothing sus. So, yeah, we just wanted to... We've been talking about it for ages. About a few years ago, we started up a Facebook page of Drunk Aussie Gamers, and we were initially heavily into that, and I think we both got distracted by our own things that we were doing, and it's been a while. It's just been sitting there derelict.
Dead for 2 years?
Something like that. Every year we get Facebook pop-ups, but essentially, we pretty much sat down the other day and just said, look, we can start doing podcasts and stuff like that. Again, we don't know what we're going to name it, but we'll figure something out. But essentially, we've thrown together... At the moment, I don't want to even call it a list. I just want to call it a Nintendo list, because it's just... I just see nothing but Nintendo.
It's on topic, considering that the fucking Nintendo event just aired, a couple of days ago.
So you're probably going to be more of an expert on this shit than I will, because...
Quote-unquote expert.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Let's call ourselves quote-unquote experts.
Yeah.
Because we know nothing. So I think the first one is, and you've probably read through all of this stuff, so just looking at the links, I'm not going to even bother trying to open them. Nintendo Switch will ship 2 million units at launch. What did you want to...
Yeah, apparently that was, it's on the link. It was an investors meeting that Nintendo had a couple months ago, when they're estimating that they're going to ship to retailers about 2 million Switch units worldwide, which...
Do you know off the top of your head how much Xbox and PlayStation shipped?
More than 2 million. Nintendo's riding off the Wii U's failures, I guess, which they're trying to undership, or do what they usually do with Amiibos and create false demand.
Yeah, but think about how much money they've made just purely off Amiibos.
Yeah, that's probably the point. If they can recapture that, sales hype, and then we're rolling in the dough, be great. Which leads into one of the other topics I had up there, which is the Switch is already sold out across North America. You can't pre-order it anywhere.
So what have they done with the Switch? Is it on par with Nintendo and Xbox?
What, Sony?
Oh, sorry, Sony and Xbox.
Flops wise, I think it's just a little bit weaker than Xbox One, but it's Nintendo. The quality of games that they put out on the Wii U, for example, even before that, the GameCube and even N64, they typically don't have the best hardware, but the software and the development teams that they have know how to use that hardware and just blow it out as best as they can.
Let's be honest. The only thing that's driving Nintendo Switch right now is Zelda.
Yeah.
That's literally their marketing point.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same as who else did it? What was Xbox One's leading game? Oh, Rise.
Yeah, Rise.
Rise. It was literally buy this console because this game's going to be great, and then
Yeah.
Rise was just a piece of shit.
It was really pretty. But yes,
It was
not that.
graphically it was amazing.
Yeah.
And look, storyline it was semi good.
It was meh.
It was meh.
It feels like a beta for like For Honor or something.
But yeah, like yeah.
Yeah.
But look, it I don't know.
Yeah, it dropped off.
I don't see how Nintendo can still compete with PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah.
I mean, myself, I used to be a huge Xbox fan, and then I shifted
Yeah, I can tell.
to PC, and then
Yeah,
even now,
your Elite controller was covered in dust.
oh, don't talk
like
to
a
me about it.
like a thick inch of dust in your
So
Elite controller.
yeah, I purchased an Elite controller about 3 weeks before Christmas. Played. What did I play? I played Gears of War 4. Got extremely disappointed by that and the storyline that followed, and then it's just been sitting there, and I've just been playing the PC ever since. And I think, yeah, like I look. Games for me have just changed. Like they aren't the same what they used to be. Like look at what Spyro was.
Here comes the Suckcast.
This is where I just was. Everything sucks. Just everything sucks at the moment. Because
You're like Stan with the episode of South Park.
let me stand on my soapbox.
Shit
Let me stand on my soapbox. Like games aren't what they used to be. Like they don't carry the same length. I think the only game that has carried the length of an amazing game would have been The Witcher.
Yeah.
And The Witcher 3 has been nothing but amazing. I played number 2 and then went back and played number 1 before 3 came out. And
That's
number 3 was just amazing. Like it received the awards that it was rightly.
It is really pretty. It's really fun.
It had everything. The storyline, graphics wise, it was great. You know, it just kept delivering, especially with the DLC, which I've still got to go back and play, which I might end up doing.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
I need to go back and actually start playing the first 2 again. Because I actually haven't completed all 3. So I need to go back and get like 1 done, then 2, then 3.
Yeah. But that's going on an arc. We covered the Nintendo Switch pre-order. Super Mario Odyssey. What the fuck is that?
Haven't you seen it?
No.
It's the new Mario game. Obviously. It looks like... I don't know, Nintendo's done that thing again where it actually... They keep saying in interviews and like press release and all that stuff, but it actually looks like they're going back to like the N64 roots again. Like they're trying to capture with Mario Odyssey what they've done with Mario's like 64, and it just looks really, really good.
I'm literally bringing it up on my phone right now. I'm gonna mute the audio. I'm just gonna watch it. But
it's one of those things. It's like you don't like even in the trailer. Look, it's just starting up now. It's like you don't. It's one of those things where it just starts off. You're like, is this really a Mario game?
That's my thought process. This does not look like a Mario game, and I'm kind of curious why it's set in modern day New York.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things when I first saw the trailer in the Nintendo event thing, whatever it can't remember.
So why are all the people around him look normal, and why does Mario still look like Mario?
I have no idea. I think there's like
you can't. Hold a minute. You need to define what world you're in. You're either in Mario world or you're in reality. You can't have a midget plumber just running around.
Like he's like a psychotic like assassin or something. He's like jumping up cars' hoods, like parkouring. Like,
so Nintendo wanted to fight Assassin's Creed by giving Mario the power of parkour.
Mario Creed. Oh man.
So now. Okay, look. Visually, it looks amazing. Visually, it looks good.
That's what I mean with Nintendo. Like their developers know how to use their hardware. It's like the Switch isn't even out yet, and most of their first-party games look really, really amazing. But yeah, looks really cool. And something you didn't expect too. Like no one thought. Well, everyone expected, I guess, like a Mario game was coming, but when they actually just showed it off like this, you're like, what the fuck is this?
Now he's dancing.
Yeah.
Now he's put his ass in a pot. Now it's Slender. What the? Now he's in a forest. And Bowser's wearing a top hat.
Bowser looks so good too. Bowser looks just the best.
Is he still trying to save Peach?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey, it's not broken.
Okay, that's pretty cool. The whole
It's
hat,
not
the
broken.
whole hat thing is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That sort of throwing out, and that cat's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's just... Again, it's just
I have
one
to
of
give
those
it.
things.
To,
It
I have
just
to give it
looks
to
really,
Mario.
really nice.
He's always been innovative in every sort of development. Oh my god, he stepped on his hat. What a dick!
But you see what I mean? Like, there looks like they're actually going back. Like, again, they keep saying...
How long until Mario becomes an online MMO?
Oh god, that'd be weird.
Can you imagine? You create your own Mario?
Oh, no, have you played... Oh, the Sonic Dreams collection. The MMO on that. You're just like, oh, that is just disturbing.
How has Nintendo not thought of that? Mario MMO. I mean, everybody else has done it.
The online service is horrible. No.
Everybody else has done it. The fucking...
Sure. Oh, man. But again, it's, also, apparently Nintendo's, what are they doing? They're having, like, their own version of Xbox Live Gold and PlayStation Plus.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
They need the money.
Yeah, so everyone's thinking, like, they've just looked at what works and what hasn't worked, and it's like, these guys are just paying for online, and they're making, like, millions and millions. But yeah. Apparently they're gonna have a retro game, you know how, like, PlayStation Xbox
So
give
backwards
you games.
compatible.
Yeah, that's one of the things on there, like the virtual console. Like, apparently even the Switch will be able to play GameCube games, which is...
And quickly changing over on that note of backwards compatible, like, there was something I brought up the other day and you corrected it, which was the fact that Nintendo or IGN brought out a Xbox statistic that apparently 50% of Xbox users are playing backwards compatible games, and there was something that you corrected, which was it's not the fact that it's 50% are currently playing backwards compatible games, it's that 50% of players have played backwards compatible games. Is that right?
Yeah. It's just... Yeah, I keep seeing that thing everywhere. Like, everyone just complains about, like, you know, the typical fanboy arguments, like, Xbox doesn't have games and all that bullcrap. And it's just like, you see stats like these and everyone just jumps on board, but really just... Yeah, 50% of people that have an Xbox One have played a 360 game on it, which is pretty awesome. Because that's one of the things that is great to have with gaming. Is
Has PlayStation caught up? Has PlayStation caught up on that?
Not native backwards compatibility. They have either ports or they have PlayStation Now, I think it is, or I can't remember what the other one is.
Or remastered.
Yeah, the ports and all that. But the PlayStation Now, which is pretty much just like old school video store, like you pay to rent a title.
You pay to rent a title.
Something like that, yeah. Like it's not native streaming. Like you just pay to play it on your thing. Which Xbox is like, no, like, lol, no, we're just going to have you be able to play it native on your Xbox. Which is, again, really, really cool. So I hate buying the same games over and over and over. Especially if they're not ports or anything like that.
Legends of Zelda gets a release date.
Yeah, March 3rd, launch title. Which is fucking great, because it's one of those things that I didn't expect as well. Which actually, again, makes me kind of, like, worried about the Wii U version of that game. Because I haven't.
What consoles are they releasing it?
Breath of the Wild was supposed to be on the Wii U and the Switch, but since they've only announced that the Switch release date, everyone's looking at like the Wii U version. Like, is this actually going to come out? Because again, like you look at like EB Games, they've only got the pre-orders for the Switch version out. Like they're not advertising the Wii U version anywhere. So I'm guessing it's either going to come out like a couple months after the Switch, or it's just going to slowly die out and just like, nah, this isn't happening on the Wii U.
Can we make a note of the fact that, like, looking at the Xbox One, you've got the Xbox One and people are still playing Xbox 360. Like, you've still got games that are, like, on those two consoles, like, for example, Grand Theft Auto 5. And now there's, you know, obviously the Nintendo Switch and the Wii. So, like, when you look at it, can we talk about the fact that they're still making games for previous generation as well as current generation?
For Nintendo, yeah.
Like, I was...
Well, even... It's not really much happening anymore with the 360 and PS3. Like, those are pretty much dead.
Yeah.
Like, everyone... There's been, like, what, 4 years since the PS4 and Xbox One? Yeah. But, yeah, it's just, the Wii U. And again, it's Nintendo. It's pretty much because they don't have a new console to release. Or had a console to release games on. But now they actually do with the Switch. So, I wouldn't be surprised if the Wii U's games quickly die out. Like, by the end of the year.
Well, I mean, I just saw the trailer for Splatoon 2. Like, they're releasing that on Switch?
Yeah, all the trailers that you saw on that are all Switch. Like, there are pretty much next to no Wii U, like, announcements. Again, it's probably because Nintendo is just hyping up the Switch, like, hey, look at this awesome thing we have. Buy our console. Which sucked me in, because I'm getting one.
You're a slave to capitalism.
I'm getting... yeah.
And then, what else have we got here? Nintendo Switch paid services, like...
We already talked about that.
Nintendo Switch consoles, accessories, and games being resold on eBay for double the price.
Yep. Scalpers already jumped in and fucking everyone over.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened with Xbox and PlayStation, surely.
Yeah, no, but it's one of those things. It happens with Nintendo, like, even with the Amiibos. Like, people just scalp them off, and people pay, like, hundreds and hundreds and even thousands of dollars for, like...
Yeah, but Amiibos are, like... People play and, like, you can level the Amiibos up, can't you?
I think so, yeah. You know, Smash Bros and all that.
Yeah, like, you can level them up, so... I mean, like, for example, like, I play World of Warcraft, like, you can literally sell your account for thousands of dollars. Like, I would not be surprised if that's the exact same thing with Amiibos.
Just how are you going to recoup your losses on?
I don't know, my account's been, like, what, 10 years, almost 10 years old or something like that?
10
like,
years old, max
it's probably worth about $5,000.
Yeah.
To some Chinese teenager.
Make up your money.
I could probably make up all the losses I've made of spending for subscription. Nintendo confirms Switch lineup games.
Yeah.
So what do we got? Legend of Zelda.
Yes,
Splatoon 2.
Zelda. What would you say?
Splatoon 2.
No, Splatoon 2 is not a launch title.
Oh.
No, that comes out in a couple months.
So what's their launch titles?
Launch titles, off the top of my head, yeah, like you said, Zelda. There's 1-2 Switch, which looks like a fun party game, I guess.
Is that like Will Smith Switch? Like.
No. If only. Fucking Will Smith comes over to your house. Nah. Yeah, 1-2 Switch. Just Dance.
What's 1-2? Sorry, stepping back. What the fuck is 1-2 Switch?
It's hard to explain. It's like a bunch of party games, like mini games, that don't require a TV necessarily. It's pretty much like they keep saying that it's just you looking into your opponent's eyes and like having to play games like that with the controllers in your hand. Like they have like a gunslinger one, which actually looks kind of fun. Just like you have to like anticipate your opponent's movements and everything like that without looking at the TV.
That's interesting. I want to say that's interesting, and I want to say it sounds dumb, but it actually sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, I think they're going for like their not like Wii Sports, but like the, you know how they always have like a big party game for a launch, just to show off like, hey, get your friends in, do this with them, and all that crap.
Show that you're not like, don't live in a basement.
Yeah,
and don't
go outside.
friends.
Just like the announcement trailer had, like the chick going out to a friend's house with the Switch. Like, yeah, expect that when I get it.
So yeah, 1-2 Switch, Zelda. What else?
Just Dance and Bomberman R.
How is Bomberman still alive?
I don't know, but I'm grateful because it gives me something else to play.
I love the game. Don't get me wrong, I love the game.
Yeah.
But my god. Street Pass and Miiverse won't be used in Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, that's kind of a shitty thing.
Honestly, I'm not like it doesn't surprise me that Miiverse and Street Pass are dying. Like,
yeah, like I'm really annoyed with Street Pass because it's actually something I love to do with my 3DS.
it's good to be interactive, yes, but I think the Miiverse sort of thing is just like, I mean, even the Xbox avatars have died.
Yeah,
Nobody uses that shit anymore.
I think they advertised like they've relaunched it, but yeah, it's just dead.
It's a dead system. Like, it was really cool logging onto Xbox 360 and seeing your mates there. Like, that was pretty cool. Like, you'd be able to scroll through and see your mates essentially, and they're like their avatars. But at the end of the day, once the Xbox One came across, nobody fucking used it anymore.
Yeah, avatars just died.
And pretty much all the money you spent on clothes and like and like shit like that was just useless. It's like throwing money at a wall. What else we got here?
Kind of disappointed. I was hoping that'd be I was hoping for with the Street Pass, like I was hoping there'd be a Switch version. Just, you know, because like, you're taking this console with you, or console, whatever. You're taking that with you outside, and like apparently like hypothetically or whatever, you're playing with strangers like over Wi-Fi or whatever.
Sorry, you're gonna have to like let me in. Like, I have seen nothing about the Switch apart from just like the Legend of Zelda and Splatoon.
Yeah, you haven't even seen the freaking.
Can you describe to me the fucking Switch? Like,
it's alright. For size comparison, it's about the size of a new 3DS XL, like pretty much this roughly the same size, but having with the addition of the Joy-Cons on each side. So imagine the 3DS XL with just the screen size for that with the extra controllers on the side. Like that's how big.
So it's like an iPad with controllers on the side.
Pretty much. And
how much are they charging for this?
For here it's $470.
So you're essentially walking around with a portable Xbox One.
Pretty much. Like you with the dock and everything as well, which is actually really cool. Like just that you're charging and your TV streaming. Just like plug it in there and take it with you, or watch it on TV. I really like the idea because actually, again, it goes back to straight away Breath of the Wild. Like, I really want to like play it on the TV when I go to bed. Just take it with me, just like punk. Just
So you can stream that to the, is it like streamed?
The game's running on the console on the screen itself. When it's docked in, it gives like additional power to the unit, which means it can display in 1080p. So it'd be streaming to 1080p on your TV.
And it streams to the TV?
Yeah.
So would the TV have to have wireless compatibility?
No, it's all HDMI. I mean, like streaming from the...
Oh, okay, sorry, obviously the dock is connected to the...
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. Yeah. So you play Breath of the Wild on that, you just, like, when you're done, it's just literally just, like, picking it up and taking it with you. And it just just switches.
So you could literally be playing...
Like,
you could literally be playing Breath of the Wild and then, like...
Yeah.
Go to take a shit.
Yeah.
And just pick it up and take it with you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
This is the basement diver's like fantasy. He doesn't.
It's so cool.
He doesn't have to stop playing. He will just literally pick it up.
Yeah.
Like wow.
My sleep cycle's getting to fucking shit.
Jesus Christ.
No more leaving the Xbox or games in my lounge room. I pick up the Switch and take it with me.
Moving on to Microsoft news, I suppose. Microsoft and Platinum part ways on Scalebound. Yeah, I heard this got dumped.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I hadn't seen much on Scalebound, and to be honest, I'm not exactly saddened. But
I am. It was Platinum.
What was it? You just ride around in a dragon, like?
It's like the way it looked like Platinum style combat games. Like, have you played Bayonetta and all that?
I have played a little bit of Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Did I enjoy it? No.
Oh, Mr. Suckcast.
No, hey, I'm just saying I didn't enjoy a game.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been very hard for me to enjoy games ever since I started watching CinemaSins on YouTube.
Yeah.
I fucking critique everything, absolutely everything, and it doesn't even have to make sense. Like
part of my job now is to actually like break down games and analyze them.
Yeah, it's gotten to a point where analyzing everything has just gotten to a point where things are no longer enjoyable.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is another point. Like Josh and I studied games programming for about 6 months together before we decided that it wasn't
fucking hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was hard. Look, it's all to do with logic, and I think you and I were a little just like
simpletons.
No, not simpletons. I would say we were lethargic, and I would say that we weren't very focused at the time, and you and I both decided, look, it wasn't what we both wanted. And we moved on. You've obviously gone back into game design, which is good. But I think after sitting behind the computer and building a game from the ground up and looking at the code and seeing how everything works, you sort of see the game in a different way. You see how the game is constructed. You see, you know, what sort of coding that they would have to go through, and it's sort of
you're taking the clothes off and you see like there's all warts and moles and you're like
yeah. It's like picking up a chick at a bar and then taking her home and realizing she has herpes. Like
get the real nitty gritty.
I've seen some shit.
Oh.
Let me clarify with that. I've not taken a woman home with herpes.
Go on.
I've seen people make out with other people at bars and just...
This is why you stop using Tinder.
It's not pretty. No, I stop...
You've seen too much shit, man. Done.
What's that thing? But, yeah, like, once you see that side of things, it's difficult for you to not, see things from behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And especially games recently, like I said, I've been playing WoW for like years, like since the start of Burning Crusade, and that'll date.
Your fucking mouse pad's your Cataclysm one.
Yeah, like that'll date like how long I've been playing the game. But you know that there's been times which, like, you know, Warlords of Draenor. This would probably make more sense to people who listen to it rather than Josh. Like there's been times where, like, the expansion, for example, Warlords of Draenor was just absolutely shit, and I was absolutely frustrated and all the shit like that. But it's very hard to not look at a game and critique the shit out of it. Like, for example, Gears of War 4. that game frustrated me because it was essentially just Gears of War 1 to 3, with a few new weapons added in, and the storyline, which is one of the main reasons which I play a lot of games, is spoilers, was just absolutely frustrating.
Yeah.
And this is spoilers. If you don't want to hear anything, just close your ears now. But yeah, the fact that it was like the Locust just like waking up like after a nice nap after 20 years is like bullshit. And for the fact you had to like market it as 20 years 20 years down the track and a new enemy has appeared, and then shock horror, it's the Locust after they've metamorphosized. I'm sorry, that's bullshit. Don't tell me it's a new enemy when it's not. It's just they've woken up after a nice nap. So I was pretty pissed off at that. And again, like looking at how that ended with, again, spoilers, with the fact of like the female protagonist like showing this medallion and it belonged to like her grandmother, which was the Locust Queen. That's a kick in the nuts.
All the main characters have to have some connection to something else.
Yeah, like you could have taken the game in any new direction. Yeah. And it just annoyed me like with that. Like that's one example. Like another one was like The Division. Like The Division was had so much potential, and again, like it still has a lot of potential, but unfortunately the game that they made it's become a grind fest, and it's unfortunate because it is literally just a grind for gear. Yeah. And instead of focusing more on a story aspect where they could have kept the concept of realistic killing in the sense of just like you shoot an enemy, after a few bullets he dies. They've basically just made these enemies that are just bullet sponges. Yeah. And like I remember we started up like a little raid thing between you, me, and two of our other mates, Murray and Ben, and we went into like the first raid that they released, and they had pretty much marketed this thing as a very, very challenging experience. And that was one of the things that we did. We sat down one night and we sat there for like a good 2 hours, and it was difficult and it was challenging, and we had to figure out new ways, and it was exciting.
A lot of exploits.
And a lot of and then they came out with that exploit, and you were just like, hey, there's an exploit.
Climbing the ladder up outside the map just to shoot the fucking thing.
Which would like you took me to, and then it was just like 30 minutes later, and it didn't even have a third of its health gone, and I was just like, I'm out. I could be doing better time. I could be doing better shit with this. But yeah, like
it's that gear, man.
Games have, I think, a lot of potential, and when you look at something like The Division and Gears of War, for example, in comparison to what The Witcher was, like The Witcher had length and depth to its its storytelling. Yeah, feel it deep inside of you.
It hit that spot.
Welcome to the Suckcast. So it's very difficult for me to not critique games and not sound like a complete and utter jerk. But that's, look, again, Scalebound, to me, coming back like on it
that's what we're talking about.
Off a huge arc, is to me, I'm not like totally broken up by it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just disappointed because it's one of those things that could have been really cool. Like again, it was a platinum game, but it had dragons and really cool music. This is something that like not triggered.
Did you ever play Draken?
I think so.
Have you ever heard of Draken?
Heard of it, I haven't played it.
Draken was an old PC game, and I remember playing it as a kid, and my old man playing it. But you were essentially a chick, and this is literally all I can remember. I'm going to have to look it up on my phone whilst you talk about the next topic, which is like the cancellation and the Xbox saying that it's going to hurt. But anyway, I'll let you talk about that whilst I'm looking up Draken, the basic storyline of Draken. But from what I can remember, you were a chick that was linked to this dragon, and you pretty much, I don't remember the storyline for it, but you were linked to this dragon, and you fought like the undead and shit like that, if I can remember correctly. And you could bring you could switch between yourself and the dragon, I think. I'm not too sure. Talk about like the Scalebound cancellation hurt, and then I'll fucking remember. Yeah. Or I'll look up on Google.
Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just, I keep saying it's just a game that hits a lot of like beats for me. Like, dragons, really good combat. Like, a good art style. So everything that looked nice, and for them to, I want to know why. Like, they're like dancing around it, but with the way that it's being handled, I'm guessing it was more like like a bad breakup more than like a
that no one wants to talk about it. Like,
yeah.
You keep your friends, I'll keep my
Yeah.
friends,
Just
and we'll just go our
swap over
separate
to each
ways.
So.
Okay, so I brought it up. I'll show you like the picture of it. Like that was what it was.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that by any chance?
I
No.
don't, but it actually looks really cool.
So it was an action adventure developed by Serial Software and Psygnosis.
Yeah.
The game follows Rin, a young woman with extraordinary martial skills, and an ancient dragon, Arok, on their quest to free Rin's younger brother from the evil sorcerer Navaros. The gameplay alternates between dungeon exploration and monster fighting when Rin is alone, and aerial dogfights when she mounts Arok. So yeah, it was a pretty cool game. I remember like watching my old man playing it and then playing it a little bit, but I'm trying to read through it. There you go. Just rereading back through the plot, like, long story short, her and her brother like get attacked by like orcs or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And hold on, don't yeah, hold off that link for a second.
Never.
But yeah, like she and her brother get kidnapped. Long story short, she's pretty much left for dead. He gets kidnapped, and she goes back to the village, finds that everybody's been slaughtered, and then slaughtered, and then she goes finds this dragon, and then he's like stone or some shit like that, and then she like wakes him up, and then they merge consciousnesses or something like that. Yeah. It was a really cool game.
She finds a guy that's stoned.
Yeah, she finds a guy that's stoned. Isn't that what we're all looking for? A guy that's stoned.
Well, maybe you.
So you're trying to highlight a link here. Hold on.
Yeah, just open it. Just.
All right. Should I be scared?
No.
I'm just gonna turn this down.
No.
Should I be
just
scared?
Gonna open up. Like never gonna.
Is this gonna take me to? Oh my god! Fucking not Edge.
Edge is your default.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah.
You're kidding me. This can't be a thing, right?
No, it was. It's for those wondering, it's the Mega Bloks Halo project that got cancelled. It was developed by N-Space.
So basically, they wanted to combat Lego Star Wars.
Yeah.
With Halo.
With this,
and instead of the developers instead of Microsoft approaching Lego and going, we want a Microsoft,
yeah.
we want a Lego Halo.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Mega Bloks.
I think it's because
nobody plays with Mega Bloks.
I think it's because Lego has like a weird issue with like mature rated concepts in mature rated media. Like they won't do anything like with high violence. So things like Halo and all that won't get a Lego release. But Mega Bloks doesn't give a shit. Like they'll just here's Mega Bloks Halo.
Isn't it amazing they like that seems like pretty hypocritical though. Like if Lego isn't willing to develop things with mature ratings, like look, I think Star Wars is a pretty mature concept.
Yeah, but it doesn't have like violence like Halo does. Like you're not running around shooting people like little grunts in the head and sticking grenades on them.
Possible childlike looking.
yeah. He's this little innocent looking like creature. Let's kill it.
That's possibly like the size and age of a child.
Yeah. But even just looking at the unfinished concept is it's obviously, I think their prototype was what's that level called? Not Truth and Reconciliation.
Silent Cartographer.
Yeah, Silent Cartographer, which was the Halo 1 beta level, which is really cool.
Wow, looking at that doesn't look too bad. I would play a Lego Halo.
It does look pretty good. So I'm trying to figure out why exactly it was cancelled. Hopefully,
because they're asking you to collect blocks as Master Chief.
Maybe. Yeah. I'd like a in-depth like Unseen 64 does a video on it, why it was cancelled or something like that. That'd be nice. But because it does look really cool. But
how has there not been a third-person Halo yet?
That's actually a good question. Why is it?
I mean, they've done top-down RTSs. They've done
Halo Wars.
Which, by the way, number 2 does not interest me.
I've played it, and
are you legally allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you want to touch on that? Like,
Yeah.
instead of us talking about legality, like, did you want to touch on that?
Yeah, I've done games testing like through companies, and so I have like some NDAs to stick to. But with this was through PAX Australia, so they actually had it there. So I'm not breaking anything by saying if I played Halo Wars 2.
Because didn't you say you worked on a particular game that's now released? Like,
Oh, a couple, yeah. Some of them
can you mention one?
probably not.
Okay.
That's too soon. Man.
Let's not touch the line. Let's not.
I've signed an NDA. I can't speak of anything.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, no, that's fair.
But it does look, yeah. But Halo Wars 2, like what I played at PAX Australia a couple months ago, it was the Blitz beta, which apparently I think is getting a public release here soon. So
Sorry, Blitz beta.
it's pretty much like it's like a card game kind of thing. Like you have a bunch of cards in your hand and you rack up points and you can play those cards and spawn units with them.
Can we talk about how the fact that the gaming industry has slowly moved more into card games?
Yeah.
Like digital card games? And
Hearthstone.
do you know why? It was Hearthstone.
Yeah.
And that's why it became such a huge success that I think the other one was Gwent from Witcher 3.
Yeah.
That's been a huge one. As well as like, and you could see the reflection. I wouldn't say reflection is the right word. You could see that that ripple effect of like developers going that line. Like Clash of Clans, they developed their own one of Clash of. What's it called? Clash.
I can't remember. I haven't played it.
Yeah, but like that, they have that game where it's just like you save up like a certain amount of like points, and then you try and take down your opponent's castle. Essentially, I played it for a little bit and got bored.
Yeah. I'm not a big player of mobile games like at all.
Yeah, like the fact that the developers have gone to that niche.
Yeah, because it works. It's something quick and easy.
And,
like he's got games.
That's with all things though. Niche markets are a thing.
Mm.
Like what was it years ago? Like first person shooters.
Well, how far back are you going?
Oh fuck! The last 10 years, ever since Call of Duty 4 was released.
Or before that, I'd say Halo maybe set up the first Call of Duty.
Halo set up, I think, the FPS era.
It blew up FPS genres on console.
Because then you had Call of Duty 4, then you had Black Ops, which fucking turned on the nitro. I would have said.
Yeah.
Black Ops turned on the nitro on the fucking the market
speaking
for
of which,
FPSs.
You just remind me of I'm thinking what's a good first person shooter game? Titanfall 2.
You've been fucking talking about this for the past 3 days. Like,
yeah. I keep playing it non-stop. It's just...
I fucking played it, and by the end of it, I was crying in a ball. Alright? Fucking... What's the robot's name?
What?
What's the robot's name again?
In what?
In Titanfall.
Which one?
2.
No, but which robot are you talking about? There's a lot of robots in Titanfall.
You know the fucking one that you play with as the protagonist. The one
BT.
that, oh yeah, I should probably, spoiler alert! Yeah, BT, spoiler alert, you get attached, and he dies.
And then he immediately comes back, and then dies.
yeah. We're gonna make you.
And then immediately comes back.
We're gonna make you feel something by killing him. But don't worry, he's really not dead. By the way, I called that. I was watching that. I'm just like, yeah, he's not dead.
He's still in the helmet.
You know how I knew
Jack.
You know how I knew he wasn't dead? Because on the title screen they have that little the eye as a little box, and I went, oh, that's pretty cool. They've got that thing, and then I'm watching the whole killing scene where they're killing the robot, and I'm just like, yeah, he's not dead. I don't believe that. And then sure fucking enough, he's not dead. And you save him.
Yeah, and then he's in that helmet.
And then I do that was a really good I have to admit. I'm with you on the fact that Titanfall 2 was a really cool game to play.
It's the best first-person shooting game that no one's playing.
Well, look, everybody's probably played it for the story like I did.
No, it's because dropped it. It's because fucking EA released it in a really bad period. It was right in between
Infinite Warfare and Battlefield.
Yeah, and Battlefield. It's two of the most highly anticipated shooters.
Which, by the way, I've seen. I won't say I've played. I've seen Infinite Warfare. And the only reason I would buy... Okay, here's my...
Is for COD 4?
Yes,
yeah,
that's the only reason I play.
Yeah.
I have not purchased Infinite Warfare purely because of the fact of I am done with the Call of Duty franchise. And it has just become a moneymaker now. And that sounds very hipster of me. But it is completely ridiculous now, A, and
Yeah.
B, the only reason I would purchase it is for COD 4. So I watched an entire playthrough through YouTube,
Yeah.
and I can say honestly that I am glad that I did not waste my money on that game. And I was going to do the same with Titanfall 2. I was going to sit down and watch the whole gameplay, and I decided, no, I'll watch the first half an hour. If I think it's good, then I'll grab it. And,
Yeah.
and that's what I did. I grabbed it, and I have to admit there's things in there that are really cool. However, and this is me fucking complaining again. However, I will say there are points throughout the game which I'm pissed off about.
Like what?
The first one being the time altering thing.
Oh, that was good.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But they take that concept for one mission
Yeah.
and then fucking drop it.
Yeah, I'm glad they did that though.
Why? You have the power there. Use it. Like
Yeah. It's just
they have that power. What other game? There's another game, and I want to say Dishonored, but there's another game. There was another game that used that concept where you were able to phase in and out of the current time period and a previous time period. And I want to say Dishonored. And on that point, I've yet to play Dishonored 2, and I'm going to pick it up soon.
Yeah, same here.
But because I love number 1 when nobody else didn't. Sorry, when nobody else did.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that would be the only reason that I played it. But coming back to Titanfall 2, that is one reason that pissed me off, because it's like, there's another point. The reason why that I look at that point so much that they pick up the time altering device and then they fucking drop it is because here's another reason why I became such a critic.
Yeah.
There's a guy, as well as Cinema Sins, there's a guy called Ben Yahtzee Kershaw.
Yep.
You might know him now as Yahtzee, who I fucking idolize as a writer, and he's a fucking amazing. If you ever want to go watch him, his YouTube channel is Yahtzee and some numbers. I don't know. We'll find some way to link
it
shit.
somewhere.
But he also runs Zero Punctuation. That's probably where maybe a few people might know him. Is Zero Punctuation, where he just fast talks and just shits all over games, and not for not for no reason. Like, he finds a way to critique a game to a point where it's so funny in an art form that he hits points that I won't watch the review of a game until I won't watch his review of the game until I've played it.
Yeah.
And once I watch it, I will legitimately sit there and go, "You're absolutely fucking right. I felt the exact same way."
And become a negative Nancy.
And yeah, absolutely. And one of the reasons that I looked back on that time altering device was because he mentioned it in his review of Titanfall 2. And it's like you've brought in this this plot device, and now you're just not using it again.
Yeah, it's...
Where was that plot device when we could have saved BT?
Yeah. Did you say Big T?
BT.
Okay, I said Big T.
No. He prefers
I pictured something completely different.
He prefers Mr. T.
A big gangster like robot.
just a robot Mr. T.
Biggie T.
Biggie T.
Yeah.
Pity the robot.
Oh man. Yeah.
But yeah, you've.
But back to the point of time controlling. Like, it's one of the things I kind of agree with you, but I kind of don't. Like, I'm glad they got rid of it, because I like the way that they progressed the story. It's just like, here's something to do. Here's, you do that, you just complete it. Alright, you've done that, here's something new to do. You've done that, complete it, good, get rid of it. Here's something new to do again, like over and over and over.
I did like, there were parts in the game were really cool, like after BT is killed for the first time, where you're pretty much outrunning. You're pretty much running out of the ship before it explodes.
Yeah.
And there's that moment where they give you the smart pistol.
Oh, that's
and
one of the hypest moments I've had in the game in a while.
Yeah, you're running through the ship and you got the smart pistol, and if you haven't played the game, it's amazing. The smart pistol essentially locks on to any target that's in front of you, and you literally pull the trigger and the whole magazine empties and kills everyone in front of you in one shot.
It's the most annoying weapon in Titanfall 1.
Yeah, Titanfall 1, it was the best single player weapon, and it was so fun to use. And as you're running through this burning ship that's about to go down, you're just running through killing all these enemies, and it's one of those hype moments where you're running around off
you're
walls,
like locking on wall jumping, locking on,
and it's one of those moments of just like, fuck yeah. Like,
you actually feel like that raw. It's like, holy crap,
you're
I'm
pretty
playing
much
Titanfall.
Yeah, you're pretty much immersed.
Yeah.
Like, that's a point of immersion essentially. But yeah, I think once the game was done, I think I switched off. I played maybe about 2 hours worth of multiplayer,
Yeah.
and sort of
But the
just
multiplayer for me
switched
is
off.
something I go back to a lot now. It's just like, I want to have a quick couple games. Yep. It's once you get like really into it, the multiplayer is the fun of the single player, but over and over and over and over and over.
Here's my thought on multiplayer games.
Mm.
Multiplayer is useless.
Well,
Let me continue.
It's like, you like story-driven games, though.
Here's one of the things. When Titanfall 1 came out, I was very, very upset because their first story... Yeah, because their single player was essentially multiplayer with a storyline that you couldn't hear, you couldn't understand what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, all these plot points are happening in the middle of
giant
giant
disappointing.
combat.
It was a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
And the other game that I reference is Evolved, which I played for about a day.
Yeah.
2 days
I played
to
the
play
beta
the story,
Yeah.
and I was done with it because of the fact of it's all about grinding. And in Titanfall 1, once everybody had hit that level, like, what have you got? Prestige, and then that's it.
Yeah, you can regen.
And that was it. It was a game that you just constantly grinded to get more gear, and then you would just reset it. More gear, reset it. And it got to a point where it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun. There was no experience in there that would be, exciting anymore once you've done something 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And that was the same thing with Evolved. But I think what Evolved's problem was, and this is another point that I reference back to Yahtzee in his review of Evolved, was that once you've used the first monster, which was... Anyway, everyone wanted to play the monster.
Yeah.
And...
Just to fuck shit up.
First of all, it was so hard to get a match. Second of all, everyone wanted to be the monster, and it wouldn't sort of give you any way to... want to... It would give you an option of preferably being the monster or the trapper.
Yeah.
But it was... Anyway. Once you played that first monster religiously to get to unlock the next monster, the first monster you could... There was no need for the second monster.
Not really.
It got to a point where the multiplayer games just slowly died because it got to a point where once you were done grinding, that was it. So, it's the same thing with Call of Duty. You grind to get better guns, you kill a bit more players, you reset. And it's the same thing with what Titanfall is. So my thought process on Titanfall's multiplayer was that I was playing it for a time, and then I just got bored with it, and I put it down. And I paid essentially $70 for a storyline.
Yeah. The thing is, I get what you're saying. It's just that I'm kind of the same. Like, I prefer single player. Like, I love good single player stories, but there's a few exceptions, like Halo 5 and Titanfall 2. Like, they're pretty much the only two
Still
FPS
pissed
games.
off by Halo 5.
I love Halo 5 is...
I'm still pissed off.
I love it. I don't know. Like, with Warzone, it's just been really, really fun.
Oh, look, and I'll admit with you, multiplayer for Halo 5 was probably the funnest I'd played.
Yeah.
And I think the only reason I put it down was I just got bored.
Yeah. It's one of those games where you can have fun with yourself, like playing online, but if you get a group going, like, you can all talk and get things going.
Yeah,
like,
things have always been fun when you're playing with friends.
Yeah.
Always. And that's why I play things like... I played World of Warcraft for 8 to 10 years. I've played Smite since its alpha.
I miss Smite.
I miss...
We didn't invite to the beta of the other game that they're doing.
Yeah, they're doing, again, another card-based game, Tactics.
Was it that one?
Tactics is a card-based...
Yeah.
Well, I'll take one, thank you very much.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another card-based game. I've played Smite, which is a game that I played religiously with friends that I met on the internet, and one of them who, I've become good mates with, who lives in Adelaide over the internet, and League of Legends I've played for a while. All those multiplayer games that you can pretty much just meet up with mates and pretty much sit down. Like, when Halo 3 was a thing, we used to have LAN parties.
The golden era.
Yeah, we used to have LAN parties, and we used to have like 7 people, in my house, connected by a literal LAN wire. Like, it's not wireless anymore.
We just bring everyone 360 all the time.
It was literally a wire, and it was one of those nights, like, you don't have that experience anymore. You don't have that experience of meeting up with mates. It's all done wireless now. The joy of that multiplayer is just disconnected now.
It seems like you want to get a Nintendo Switch.
I'll pass.
Bring every console to your mate's house and just play LAN.
Yeah, like again, multiplayer for me is like you need to have friends, and if you're not, and it needs to be the right game. Like Halo 3, we spent like all nights playing fucking different game mode types, like Infection and shit like that.
Sleep sometimes.
No, we didn't.
It's just not stop Halo. No.
And I mean I think that's the reason why I keep coming back to WoW after 10 years is purely because like I have friends that are still playing it, and it's an experience that's constantly expanding. There's constantly new shit to do. This expansion only came out in August, and I'm still like I haven't really been playing it because I got a new job, and I'm working full time, so the hours are kind of harsh. Because I'm sleeping most of the day and working all night.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's a game that I always keep coming back to, and I've tried to get you into it multiple times, and
some fail.
Yeah, look, and it's all to do with like what type of game you like to play. And
like I understand and can get why it could be fun, but it's just for me, it's just like I don't like spending days just grinding out things.
And that's the thing. That's the reason why like and that's the reason why I haven't really been playing it a lot is because what happens is there's the first initial rush to play the game and and experience that first set of content.
Yeah.
So the first set of content for this expansion was going from level 100 to level 110, and the whole experience of getting an artifact weapon, seeing the new storyline, which I'm heavily intrigued in. All that sort of stuff you experience in that first maybe 3 months of playing the game. What's that? August, September, October, November. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I think so.
And then what happens is people will do they basically go like sleeper agents. They'll basically stop playing the game, they'll unsubscribe, and they'll wait for the next expansion to come out.
Yeah.
Because what they'll do is they'll grind up to that level cap. They'll get themselves geared, and then what they'll do is they'll just wait for the They'll wait for the next patch.
Yeah.
The recent patch that's come out is 7.1. It's brought out a new raid, essentially, blah blah blah. But people will just sit and wait, and will just watch from the sidelines and read the patch notes and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Because what's happening is they've recently brought in a new class, so Blizzard is still going through all the balance changes. Yeah. So there's still maybe about another 9 months, I would say 9 months to a year's worth of content. Blizzard likes to operate on their expansions of happening every 2 years with 18 months worth of content.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what they want to do. They want to do expansions every 2 years with 18 months worth of content, I believe.
I'm just waiting for them to just completely announce. I'm trying to think how they're going to get to WoW 2.
I don't think they will.
It's got to happen.
Because at the moment, where their storyline lies is pretty... It's getting pretty to the end of a huge story arc, which is essentially like, Sargeras, who's this big fucking badass, has been trying to invade Azeroth for a while with the Burning Legion, and now that the Burning Legion is here, we're pretty fucked. A lot of people have died in this expansion, essentially, and from what one of the executives was talking about, he's either an executive, I cannot remember his name off the top of my head, but he basically said at BlizzCon, I think it was BlizzCon, that eventually the storyline will have to take us to the Burning Legion homeworld, which to you would probably mean nothing, but it's very end game. Yeah, it's very end game in terms of that. So it's getting to the point where it's very end game. Yeah. And I can see where you're going with, like, when will they get to World of Warcraft 2?
It's like, it's either going to end, the first one's going to end on, like, some huge thing, like maybe what you were just talking about. Yeah. Or another sneak way to do it in is, like, maybe a massive patch. Like, they just call it, like, the second WoW or some fucking thing.
The second age or some shit like that.
Yeah. Like, maybe they go ahead, 1,000 years.
For example, like, I bought Guild Wars 2. Like, Guild Wars 2 came out, like, under some hype. And yeah, I bought it when it came out, and because it was all this thing of just like you won't have to pay for a subscription. Yeah. It's just a flat fee. It's just a flat game, and you play it. And I played it for about a day. Probably. Yeah, same here. I played it for about a day and just got bored of it. Yeah. Like the characters were really cool, the customization was really cool, but at the end of the day you just got really thrown by like I've been playing WoW for years. Like where is this? And I was equating the two, and it's sort of like where is
Yeah.
You know, the person I talk to go into an instance. Oh shit, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the only MMO that I actually got into, like I've really enjoyed a lot, was the Old Republic.
What about Destiny?
Destiny doesn't count. Destiny isn't an MMO.
It's not.
It's a multiplayer.
It's not a many. It's not a
It's not
multiplayer online. It's not.
Technically is, but it's,
there it is.
but it's not. I don't know. It's a single player game with multiplayer like missions. That's pretty much it.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
It's essentially the same, dude.
I dropped off Destiny. It took me a long time, but eventually dropped off.
I dropped off before the first expansion even came out. I was done.
I'm pissed.
We didn't even get to the first raid
I got the
because you
fucking
needed 6
Ghost
people.
Edition.
Yeah, we both got
I
the
got
Ghost
fucking
Edition.
screwed over so hard by the marketing. I got the Ghost Edition, which is like what?
That's why I don't buy.
250
That's why
bucks.
I don't buy collector's edition anymore. It got, and that's the thing. We got to a certain age, like we were really young, and we got drawn in by that advertising and that marketing because it's exactly what it's aimed to do, and
Yeah,
it did its job.
You're saying I
Well,
stopped.
that's because you look
see
at
my
it and you
wall
go,
of, like nerdy shit.
what am I going to do? Like Titanfall, for example. $200
Oh, I so
for the
wanted the
collector's
helmet.
$200 for the collector's edition, was it not? Right?
So, yeah,
You
maybe
can
more.
pay $200, play the 10-hour game, which you're going to sit down and like play the game for 10 hours, and then never play it again except for some multiplayer. And then you've got this helmet that's going to sit there and collect dust. Or I can buy the normal edition for $70. Play the game, trade it back.
You know, you just
That's
reminded
it,
me.
I'm done.
You just reminded me. So I know another point to Titanfall that I love: free DLC. They are not having paid multiplayer maps or anything like that.
Yeah, The Witcher did that as well. Like they said they were going to have free DLC, but the expansions were going to cost, and that was another good point of what. That's another thing that made The Witcher 3 amazing.
Yeah, like I think there's some cosmetic things you can pay for in Titanfall, which are probably not necessary.
Yeah,
just like Halo,
but you're going to pay
Halo does it.
But you're going to pay for them anyway.
That game, I don't know. I got it on a sale. I would have gladly paid full price for that game. I got like half price, but I would have paid full if I had known how good it was before I got it.
What was I going to say?
It was that good.
Coming back to collector's editions, that's something that's happening with Mass Effect Andromeda. Andromeda is literally putting a collector's edition on the market for $200 just to buy the RC car of the... What's it called?
The Nomad.
The Nomad. $200 doesn't include the game. Doesn't even include the game.
I think once you include the game.
I think there was. I think it was a steel bookcase or some shit like that, but it doesn't include the game.
I keep looking at it, I'm like, should I? But
no, don't do it. I will slap your hand.
I want a collector's edition, but not the Nomad. I want something that I can... Maybe, I don't know. I'm a little bit... I just don't like the base game. I love Mass Effect too much. Like, I don't want the base game, but I don't want the Nomad.
I just hope it doesn't suck.
It won't. Apparently, it's being developed to be a complete game for the first one.
If it lasts as long as Mass Effect 1 did, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
I'll be happy. The only thing I'll be concerned about is I was watching something... We're almost out of time, but last point. I was watching a video of, like, in the 2 minutes of, like, gameplay footage where she goes to, like... talk to the person who's got information about something, and then
chick.
Yeah, that chick, and like she gets like pulled up a gun in her face, and you hit the renegade button. You see like that sort of shitty animation that if you slow down of just like her taking the gun off the other person, and if you slow down the animation, it just looks so weird. It looks like that guy from and I had a GIF of it next to it, and I hope you track it down and we can put it in like a link dump or something wherever we decide to put this. But they put a GIF of that next to the one of the guy in the porn movie where he's pretending to be a spy. He walks in and the guy's got a gun and he just pretends to like judo jump the guy in the back of the neck and he just falls down. The guy's just like, whoa.
Oh god.
It's fucking great. I'll try and find it.
Oh man.
It's good. I'll find it. I'll link it to you. Coming back to it, we've got like a minute left. So this is something we want to try and do like maybe every Monday.
Yeah, every week or so.
Every week or so. It's going to be difficult heading into February. In February, I'm heading away for 2 weeks to India.
Yeah.
So there'll be like 2 weeks maybe in February where it won't be available. But we don't even know who's listening to this right now. It could be nobody. We could just be talking to...
If you've survived this long, congratulations. All one of you. All zero. I'm just talking to no one.
Yeah. Anyway. We'll see you on the next one, if there's a next one. If not, we've just been talking to dead air.
I'm trying to talk about... I don't know. I keep looking at your statue over there.
Korra.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe talk about anime next time as well.
Yeah, look, I mean, we can. We're
We
open.
talked a
We're
long
open.
time about
We're
games.
open for suggestions.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys want to tell us. But
YouTube comments. This sucks.
yeah. Welcome to the Suckcast.
Oh man.
All right. Cool. Bye bye.
Yep.